There is nothing like returning home, especially if you're a young person back for the holidays after being away for the first time. After I was expelled from my public school at 12, I was sent to a military academy in Boonsville, Missouri. Boonsville. So you can imagine how my return home to the beautiful wetlands of Secaucus, New Jersey, made me feel as though God were rubbing my tummy. Does that make sense? Do you? Well, today's bit of dialogue features the return home of one of my favorite characters, Richard II. Oh my God, it's happening. Yes. Ooh, 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 ooh. This means only one thing, the confetti, the ooh. That this is the premiere of our long-promised segment where we celebrate only Richard II, Act 3, Scene 2. It's time for R2-32. And I was told not to niche. No way.
Stars above in the silent night, shadows waltz in the pale moonlight.
So, Shakespeare wrote 8 plays detailing a lengthy dynastic civil war known as the War of the Roses, in which 2 familial factions battled for control of the English throne. Now, though Richard II was written after 4 others, it is the foundational first play in this story. Think of Richard II as the original prequel. It was the Phantom Menace of its day, sans the very sexed up, nubile young star. Look, I must admit, I was quite talked about back in the day. Jar Jar Binks. Yeah. Oh, look at you, Jar Jar, watching. I knew you were a voyeur. I knew it. Huh? Say it. Tell me you are. Say it! In a nutshell, Richard II is the simple story of a rightful yet weak king, Richard, who loses his crown to his more able cousin, Bolingbroke. And Act 3, Scene 2 is when Richard returns home to the coast of Wales, where everything begins to unravel to this end. The dialogue is this. It's a little exchange that starts off the scene, a question and an answer, but for me, it's a loaded couple lines. O Merle, how brooks shall grace the air after your late tossing on the breaking seas. Translation, how does it feel being home again after being away? Richard responds, needs must I like it well. I weep for joy to stand upon my kingdom once again. So O'Merle is great. He almost prompts Richard, right? Just kind of sets him up, lets him relish the moment by asking the question, how do you like being back home again? Right? And then he adds the bit, after your late tossing on the breaking seas, which is so great too, because what is a return home if not but a respite from the tossing on the breaking seas of life, of which, unfortunately, there are many. Then you have Richard's response. This is the one last peaceful moment, the one last tranquil bit before everything just devolves into this chaotic, fever-induced, high and low roller coaster of emotion that plays out over the course of the scene. Outside of the context of the play, to stand upon one's kingdom once again, for me, means to reclaim or reestablish that feeling of unperturbed dominion that I felt in the home of my youth. Isn't that the ultimate longing? And doesn't that feeling surface when you're a young person returning home for the first time? Are you stoked from R2-32? I know you are. Do it. Tell me you are. Say it. Do it. Do it. Do it. So in closing, and in the spirit of the holidays, full disclosure, okay? In the fall of 1983, I was expelled from my junior high. It was alleged that I made numerous, how do they put it, mature and unsettling innuendo to a lunch aide, a very deceptively young-looking mother of one, who, I was told later, had special needs. In fact, I told the review board that, well, look, I too have special needs, but they did not share that point of view. Unsettling innuendo. Can you believe that, Jar Jar? I mean, what the... God, you have such a beautiful mouth. Has anyone ever... Oh my God. Oh.